Um, and then Thanksgiving 2017 came. Thanksgiving, of course, it was Thanksgiving. Hi, welcome to the first episode of Gay Monologues. This is my obligatory coming out story in celebration of Canadian Thanksgiving when I came out 3 years ago. So, my coming out story, it started in high school in the 10th grade, junior year for you Americans. I started having dreams about girls, like nothing too crazy. I would just have dreams of kissing girls, and it wasn't like friends or anything like that. I didn't have any crushes on any friends. Just like random girls I would see, and then in my dreams I'd like kiss them. Very, very innocent stuff. I started to get suspicious, so I Googled if it was normal to find other girls attractive, if that meant I was straight. So I typed into Google and I clicked the first search result, and Google said it was normal. It was normal to find other girls attractive. So I was like, okay, sick, I'm straight. This is fine. Every other girl experiences this. I am straight. Good to go. But what I didn't realize at the time that yes, it is normal to find other girls attractive, but that does not mean I'm straight. Due to my many years of homophobic conditioning, I just assumed normal meant straight. Fuck. Anyway, so 4 years later, I was 19 and obsessed with Grey's Anatomy and the 100. Lexa dying and just Lexa in general basically pulled the gay right out of me. Her dying was my first real heartbreak, and to this day, I'm still not over it. I'm still on Tumblr looking at her fan art, still hoping that she'll come back, although I have boycotted the 100 and I have no idea what's going on. Oh yeah. At that time, I also had a boyfriend, and we were together for about 2.5 years. Can't tell. I was definitely very invested in this relationship. Very excited to be with him. Very excited to see him. No, I'm kidding. We were on the verge of a breakup anyway. So I broke it off accidentally on Valentine's Day. By accident. Accidentally. Anyway, that should have been my first clue, actually, that I just like had no idea that I was supposed to be feeling more, caring more. Like, don't get me wrong, he was a very, very nice guy, like not much to complain about. He just lacked motivation, and he slept past like all our dates all the time. And that was really my only biggest pet peeve, that he would sleep in, and I would like blow up his phone I would call him 30 times waiting at the spot we were supposed to meet up, and he was still sleeping. But yeah, nice guy, just wasn't for me on account that I was gay. So we had broken up, and I was so freaking excited to be single at university and finally get to kiss a girl, literally make my dreams come true. But 2 dates later with 2 different guys, because I was too afraid to talk to girls, I found a girlfriend. And in true lesbian fashion, we became official in like a week, maybe less. I'm not sure. Can't really remember. Everything was a blur. My parents were very, very religious, like active members of Couples for Christ religious. I don't know if a lot of people know what that is, but in the Filipino community, Couples for Christ is basically a church group where married couples meet every so often. I think like once a week they have a meeting at somebody's house, and they just basically read the Bible, play some music, eat, and really just talk about religion. Anyway, that's how religious they were. So I wanted to wait until I moved out to tell my parents. Then fast forward 2 years later, I had started an internship in a city that was about 2 hours away from my parents' house, in the city called Guelph, if anybody is from Ontario and know what that city is. Because it was so far from my parents' house, I had to move there. I could finally come out and tell my parents the truth. Finally release this from my chest. Because honestly, I'm the type of person that can't lie. I literally will just blurt something out if it just boils up in me and I can't hold it in. I have to tell the truth. I was ready to tell my parents, and they basically knew anyways because I was spending almost every weekend at my ex's house, who my parents thought was just my best friend. They were just like, oh, our daughter is just hanging out with her best friend every weekend and sleeping at her house. And then Thanksgiving 2017 came. Thanksgiving. Of course, it was Thanksgiving. So this weekend I spent at my parents' house because we were celebrating. And whenever I stayed with them, they would drive me all the way back, the full 2 hours back to Guelph. And during the ride, they just would not stop asking me if my best friend was my girlfriend, and if I was gay. And then finally, they had dropped me off, and once they were at a safe distance away from me where they couldn't hurt me, I texted my mom. I said, yes, you're right, I am gay. And her reply just confused the fuck out of me. Like, for 2 years, she'd been asking if I was gay and basically telling me that she knew I was gay. But her reply was, no, you're not. I had no idea what to say, so I didn't reply. And then her next message was, I've known you your whole life. You're not gay. You're just easily influenced. She went on to say that this is because of that girl, your best friend. She's the devil. She's turned you. So basically, my mom thought my girlfriend at the time was Satan. I don't know. I was just so confused. I didn't know what to say to my mom. Nothing I could say would convince her otherwise that I definitely was not dating Satan. So my mom scheduled a phone call with me the next day.
This story isn't even half over. Go check out the podcast. Link in the description. See you next time, friends.